One 1981 movie has a 15-foot maggot rape, a woman to death on camera, and it was produced by Roger Corman. Another has Peter Jackson drinking vomit and chainsawing aliens before Lord of the Rings paid his rent. These are the 10 most revolting, banned, stomach-churning sci-fi films the 1980s ever puked onto VHS, and we saved the absolute worst for last. Let's get filthy. 10. Mutant Hunt, 1987. New York, 1999, shot in 1986 on the hottest summer in decades. The crew melted. The blood was real pig guts mixed with Caro syrup because the fake stuff curdled at 105 degrees Fahrenheit. The hero's laser pistol is literally a repainted super soaker. The puppet's cyborg head was operated by a guy lying on the floor off camera with fishing line. The final fight is two stuntmen in silver spray-painted motorcycle helmets beating each other with plumbing pipe. It cost $300,000 and looks like $30,000. Tim Kincaid shot it back-to-back with breeders on the same warehouse sets. Nobody noticed. A9, The Terror Within, 1989. George Kennedy's last paycheck horror. The monster suit was so heavy, the actor inside passed out twice. They had to cut air holes in the chest that you can see in the final print. The self-abortion scene was shot in one take because the actress refused to do it twice. The Fetus monster was a real piglet, covered in raspberry jam and KY jelly. The director kept the master tape in his fridge for 6 months because the lab wouldn't touch it. Joe Bob Briggs still calls it the only movie that ever made me look away. The 8, Forbidden World, 1982. Roger Corman told the crew, "I want Alien, but I only have 8 days and the battle beyond the stars sets." James Cameron, 26 years old, built the creature from foam rubber, condoms filled with yogurt, and a cow heart from the local butcher. The face melt scene used real animal tissue dissolved in pineapple juice. The smell was so bad the cameraman vomited on lens. The final creature death is literally the prop guy pouring a bucket of cottage cheese mixed with motor oil onto the lens. Corman reused the slime recipe for the next 6 movies. 7. Humanoids from the Deep, 1980. Originally titled Beneath the Darkness. Rob Bottin designed the fishman suits for $6,000 each. They smelled so bad from the latex and fish oil that cast members gagged between takes. The rape scenes were directed by 2nd Unit Barbara Peters, who quit in protest when Corman ordered extra nudity and longer attacks. He hired Jimmy T. Murakami to shoot 3 new rape scenes in 2 days with Playboy models. The original ending showed a woman giving birth to a fish baby on the delivery table. Test audiences screamed so loud the projector broke. They cut it, but left the chest-burster homage that still made people faint in theaters. 6. The Deadly Spawn, 1983. Shot in a real New Jersey basement for 19 days with $25,000 raised from family dentists. The monster was built by 21-year-old special effects fan Tim Sullivan using latex, ping-pong balls for eyes, and real lamb intestines from the butcher. The head-biting scene used a real severed pig head bought that morning. The actress screamed for real when it rolled toward her. The old lady's lunch scene, 4 real grandmothers from the neighborhood volunteered for $20 in sandwiches. When the creature eats them, the blood is Hershey's syrup because they were diabetics and refused red dye. Still one of the goriest films ever made on pocket change. Number 5, The Nest, 1988. Filmed on Catalina Island with real cockroaches flown in from a Florida exterminator. The flesh-eating scene used 40,000 live roaches released onto a mannequin covered in raw chicken. The cat-to-roach transformation. They glued real dead roaches onto a taxidermied cat and set it on fire for the burning shot. The human-roach hybrid was actress Terry Treyas in a suit made of real cockroach wings collected over 6 months. She still has nightmares about the smell. Still breathing? The next 4 were banned in multiple countries for a reason. 4, Death Warmed Up, 1984. New Zealand's first splatter film. The exploding head scene used a real sheep skull filled with cow brains and dynamite. The acid urine face melt, real lemon juice, and food coloring The actor's scream is genuine because it got in his eyes. The Chainsaw Massacre was shot in a working slaughterhouse between actual cow kills. Banned in Australia the same week it opened. 3. Extro, a 1982. The birth scene. Actress Bernice Stiggers was actually pregnant and gave birth 2 weeks later. The umbilical cord was real calf placenta bought from an abattoir. The boy aging to man effect. They used a 12-year-old and his 25-year-old brother in the same costume, swapped in one locked-off shot. The nanny cocoon. Real raw meat and pig intestines draped over the actress for 14 hours. She passed out from the smell. UK censors demanded 22 seconds cut. Bootlegs still circulate with the full version. 2. Bad Taste, 1987. Peter Jackson shot Weekends for 4 years with his friends. The vomit drinking scene, real cold stewed vegetables and yogurt left in the sun all day. Jackson really drank it. The cliff fight, real seagulls attracted by buckets of fish guts. The final chainsaw through head into space. Jackson on a ladder in his parents' backyard wearing the alien costume himself. 0 permits, all practical. Still the bloodiest debut film in history. Bar 1, Galaxy of Terror, 1981. Roger Corman, James Cameron art director. Robert Englund before Freddy. The planet built inside a former tomato paste factory in Los Angeles. The giant maggot, 15 feet long, built from foam, latex, and 200 gallons of KY jelly. Taffy O'Connell was told it was just a fear scene. On the day they covered her in 40 gallons of cold slime, and the maggot's hydraulic penis started thrusting. She screamed for real. They kept the take. The 2-minute rape death scene was cut from 4:12 minutes. The missing footage is still in Corman's private vault. Even the crew won't watch it again. You just survived the 10 most revolting sci-fi movies of the 1980s. Now vote in the comments. Which scene scarred you the most? The maggot rape? The womb birth in Extro? The coat hanger abortion? Peter Jackson drinking vomit? Highest voted gets its own 45-minute uncut breakdown next month with the scenes YouTube won't let us show. Smash like if the 1980s were completely unhinged. Subscribe, turn on the bell, because next week we're doing the 80s horror movies that were literally illegal to own in multiple countries. You've been warned. See you in therapy.